Hey you guys, I am heading out. I just dropped the kids off with Granny and I am heading back to the house for now. I've got to do a few things before my appointment later, and I just thought I would hop on here and do a quick video and kind of tell you guys what we're doing for baby today. Do not mind me, I'm at that point where I cry all the time over everything, you know, joy, pregnancy emotions, and hormones, baby, it's real. But anyways, I'm so swollen and like out of breath. It's awful, but it's okay. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be out of breath. It's a blessing to feel like this. Anyways, though, we're heading back home. I've got to eat something because I'm starving to death. And I had a little snack this morning, but I have to like eat all the time too. This road is awful. I'm so sorry. You're shaking like a leaf. The country, baby, the country. Anyways, though, today is I don't know if they're counting it as my 27-week appointment or 28-week appointment. I don't know. But I'm 27 in a few days, so whatever they want to call it. But hopefully this is my last appointment with this office. My precious doc. My doc. He is back, and he is at a hospital that is in network with us. And so we are going to try to transfer to him, like, after this appointment. I'm so thrilled, like, and I talked to him, or I didn't talk to him, but my husband talked to him, and we just checked and made sure that it would be okay, you know, and all the things. And he was like, there should be no problem. And I was like, yes! He delivered both of our girls way years ago. Like, well, Abby is almost 7, so yeah, it's been that long. But he is so precious. He went through everything with me because Jamie was working all the time, and it was his little partner at the time at the office. Her name was Becky. Him and Becky were like the only people I got to see all the time. And half the time I would be all by myself because Jamie was working all the time. And all of our family was working, and I just had nobody to go with me. So I was alone all the time, and they were like family to us. And they're just precious. But Doc is at a new office, and he is phenomenal, and he's very knowledgeable, and he has years of experience. So I trust him with my whole heart and soul, you know. And it's weird, you know, everybody's like, don't you feel weird with a man? But no, like, honestly, it feels like, I don't even know how to explain that, but it feels fine. Like, it doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. He has never made me feel uncomfortable. And I thought for sure, like, when I was very young and I had never, you know, done anything. I was fresh married, and I thought, oh my God, I can't let a man look at me, you know. Honey, I don't care. I don't even care no more. I'm like, whatever. And he has 6 kids of himself, so I'm like, you know what? He is, for one, an OBGYN. He's seen a lot of vajayjays, okay? Sorry. But he's seen a lot. And I know he's probably seen a lot worse. I mean, I'm clean, you know? I try to keep everything fresh. So, whatever, you know? I don't even care. Besides the point, though, he's very respectful, is the thing, you know? And a lot of doctors in general, even women, they are not respectful. So if you find somebody and you're comfortable with them, I can't talk, honey, you go to them. That's what I say. Man, woman, whatever, you go to them, because they're hard to come by these days. There's a little black baby cow. Yeah, look at me paying attention to cattle now. We've got into the cattle business, and go for is the black and the red Angus because they're good quality meat. I believe. I have no idea. I act like I know what I'm talking about. I have no clue. I have no clue. But anyways, gotta go today, do the glucose test. Yay. Not. I hate the glucose test. The last time they made me feel like crap too, so I'm totally glad that I'm switching offices after this, because they literally took us in a hallway. She hands me the cup and she's like, okay, go. And I'm trying to drink, and I don't drink fast, okay? I do not guzzle. No, baby. I sip. So every time I do this, I struggle, because they're like, come on. And she's just looking at me and timing me, and I'm like, I said, listen, I'm going as quick as I can. Unless you want me to throw up, bear with me. And I just looked at her. I said, you going to sit here and time me? You going to sit here and look at me and time me? She's like, yeah, I have to. I was like, okay. I literally see women all over TikTok drinking it on the way, or drinking it an hour before. You know what I'm saying? No, baby, not my office. No, not my office. They got to sit there and watch you and time you. It's retarded. Oh, I'm sorry. I should not have said that. I used to say that word years ago, and it's a bad word to say. It's ridiculous. That's what I mean. That is not a nice word. Do not say that word. Do not. You know how you get in these habits? Well, that's one that we all used to say back when we were young. Not meaning, the actual meaning, just meaning ridiculous. And that's not the meaning of that word, and I don't need to say that. You know what I mean. Forgive me. I'm awful. But it is just crazy these days. It's crazy what they're making women do, Like, listen, we go through so much, and your girl is going through some anxiety and depression and all that, I don't even know. But, yeah, it's a mess. I'm hoping today they won't at least basically try to be there shoving it down my neck. Maybe they'll back up and give me some space and let me actually get through it. But, whatever. You know what I have planned on doing? If I can't do it, if it tears me up too much, I'm going to say, baby, I decline. Take it away. Forget it. Let's roll on to the next. Because what can you do? People are crazy. All these rules and regulations are crazy. Yeah, and my hair looks like a mess because I had it in a clip, and you can't wear a clip when you're driving, because if you wreck, they can get embedded into your skull, baby. So don't do it. Don't wear your clip. Just take her out. Put her to the side. This road, these country roads, okay? Even the ones that are paved, they are like, they got potholes galore. Potholes galore, honey. But I'm going to go home, try to find something to eat. I'm going to try to not eat all the sugary things today. Because, that's what this girl wants. Look at these arms. Yeah, you can tell I want sugary things. But that's okay. It's my last baby. I'm going to eat to my heart's content. You know why I do? Let me tell you. Because a long time during this pregnancy, nothing tasted good. For 20 weeks almost. And when it started tasting pretty good, I started eating it. And I thought, you know what, honey, we're going to eat. And I did. So, I started watching a new show. It is The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. If you have not watched it and you like The Real Housewives, watch it. It is so good. It is literally one of the best Real Housewives that I have watched. And I've watched a lot of them. I used to watch, what did I watch? Atlanta, New York, let's see, Atlanta, New York, Jersey, Potomac, or however you say it. And there might have been one more. But this one has literally been my favorite. I'm so excited. And I think I still have a few more episodes, so I might go home and eat and watch that for a minute. Fold some laundry. I'm so thankful, you guys, to be on vacation. I mean, on summer break. Because, honey, it has been a year, let me tell you. It's the hardest school year I've ever had in my almost 4 years of head teacher. It is literally, this one was about it. I mean, I had to go on a little nerve medication, had to start therapy. So yeah, if that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does. And like, nobody knows that. I did not tell my superior. I did not tell nobody, because I literally begged for help for things all year long. And we got zero help. So I thought, you know what? I'm definitely not going to tell you about my personal problems that have come from these problems. So no, just forget it. Kept it all to myself. I did tell my helper, because she's like one of my best friends. And she couldn't believe it. And I'll just tell you, she was about there at the end of the year. She said, you know what? I have not been on nerve pills in my 69 years of life. And she said, I'm about to have to go on them. And I thought, baby, you don't remember, but I already am on them. It's bad. It's bad. There was a lady that come. We yard sailed on Saturday, because me and Jamie are trying to get rid of like everything, because we have this other baby coming, and we've just been overrun for the past year with all the stuff we've accumulated and just stuff that we've set to the side that we don't need, all that. So we had a yard sale, and we did really good. I mean, we got rid of a lot. We didn't make like a whole lot, but I didn't care. I thought, if it gets it out of our hair, then let it go. Let it go, baby. But anyways, there's this little old lady. She came, and of course, all these little old women talk to me, because I talk to everybody. And all of our little old neighbors and, just everybody like that, they're coming and talking to me. And I'm like, you know what, whatever, it's fine. Actually, I'm going to park up here. Anyways, though, so we go and we're yard selling, and she comes twice. And she was like, so this is y'all's place? And I said, yeah. And, we told all of them, we're like, yeah, we live here, this is our home. And they're like, wow, it's beautiful. I'm like, thank you, just talking to them. Well, she's like, well, what do you do? Asking what we all do. Of course, Jamie had already told everybody he's a surgical tech and, all that stuff. And I was telling them that I teach just right close to where we live, actually. And they're like, wow, that's awesome. And I'm like, yeah. So we are talking about that. She's talking about education. She's like, yeah, I was in special education for 29 years, something like that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, baby, whoa. And I told her, I said, I actually had some special education students in my classroom this year. And I told her, I was like, it was pretty hard. I just told her, I was like, I've never done that. I've never done that, baby. And she said, oh, honey, she said, it takes a very special person. And I was like, yeah. I said, oh, yeah. She said, I don't know how we make it. I said, I know how we make it. I said, it was by the grace of God. Literally. She said, that's exactly right. I said, yeah. Yeah, it is. I told her, I said, I don't have no patience. I ain't got the patience of Job. And I said, I've had to have the patience of Job. And I said, the Lord has helped me have the patience of Job this year. And she said, oh, he will. He will do it. I said, yes, he will do it. So I made a lot of friends. I had her. I had another old lady right up the road. I thought, I'm going to come visit y'all. It's great. But that one, she was precious. And she said, you know, we didn't get to have no kids. And I felt bad because here I was talking about me about to have my 4th baby. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to have a load, you know. But you don't ever know. And I said, you know what? I said, that's okay. I said, that's okay. I said, y'all got each other. I said, that is such a blessing. I said, you got each other. She said, oh, yeah, he's going to spend all that money on me. I said, yeah. But I love people. I love talking to people. It was great. It was a great day. I enjoyed just talking to people and getting rid of stuff. So, you know, it's a win-win. I think I'm going to go up the road, though, and get some gas really quick because we are low. We're very low. So, I think I'm going to do that. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. And I will probably do a video later and update you on baby because we have to go check on her little hole in her heart. And we have to do the glucose test and something else. Oh, and I'll let you know how it goes signing my medical release because they're hateful at this office. I'm probably going to piss them off. I'm going to cough. It'll be okay. It'll all work out. But I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.